My name is Ralph Eaton with Tyco's Roofing and Siding. I'm a colleague of Mike Morello. We are out at the Carman resident for Ronald and Jessica Carman. Liberty Mutual claim 0596115589-01. It is 2517 Falk Woods Road, Wilmington, Delaware 19810. We have been going back and forth for quite some time now. It's the 30th of September, and I believe this claim was opened in early July, late June, from what I can remember. That's when the date of loss definitely was from. Some of the things that are just not being acknowledged, and we're going to get a nice long video for you guys to see, try to make it as clear and concise as possible. When I first pulled up to the house, first thing I saw was this aluminum capping for the rake was damaged and all. I'd say about 10 feet, give or take, which leads me right into the return box of this house. Now we're going to show you a view from on top of the roof down into it, but as we walk around, you can see some of the damaged parts of the framing. This is a fascia board right there, completely cracked. There's the other piece of it that cracked, still attached to the gutter and the soffit box. And this little bird's mouth or return that we're talking about, the framing, is right on the inside there. That's what that's resting on. Gutter is also damaged. This is a seamless gutter. There's no break in this gutter line, and we can take a walk all the way down at all. This is one concurrent piece all the way to the end of the soffit box. Also underneath the soffit box, while we're here, this is a non-ventilated soffit. Actually, there are some vents up in there. I'm sorry, it's not fluted like it usually is, but this is a ventilated soffit. But this and this, huge difference, as you can see, with this outside fascia metal running to about right here is where it overlaps. So what we're asking for is just off the giddy up is this entire soffit box from the break right here down, the fascia metal right to this break, because it's one concurrent piece. We're gonna need to replace this fascia wood, and due to the other part of the gutter still being up, we're not going to be able to see how much wood we need. That'll be a supplemental issue. But as you can see right here, this drip edge completely broken and bent underneath. We're going to go up on the roof to show you the view from up there down, but we have a lot more work that needs to be covered on this place. Once we get up, and I want Mike to show you, there's also mill finish gutter guards up here that run. We're going to need to go right here and show them the break right there. Yes, then we have damaged shingles. That absolutely is the case here. Is there a good angle that you can get down and through this box right here?
Like on the roof?
Yeah. That brings us to the roof. Per manufacturer's guidelines, when we take off these shingles to replace the soffit box right here and the plywood that's damaged, we need to pull up underlayment, ice and water, drip edge as well to get all of that done. That's why we're asking for this facet. Now, I've only reviewed this in pictures, but now that I'm up here, it's easy for me to see. When we get to this valley, this is all one facet, right? These valleys are woven. Now, if we were to pull this up, I don't know how far those shingles go, but if I was a betting man, knowing my roofs, it's probably to the foot mark, right there. That's how far those shingles run. So, how do we replace and tear out all these shingles right there on this facet without getting these out? I mean, how I've known to do roofs for the last 10 years of my career is when this is woven underneath, the only way to get it out is to take this facet off. That's why we asked for this one originally. Same thing on this side. This all runs over by some caps. But to get that cap off in this, on this facet, is the same thing. Now with this overlay right here on this facet, we're probably going to be okay with this, as long as all the material underneath is sustainable. Which, I mean, it's a roof in decent standing. I'm not giving it a complete bill of health, but it looks like it could withstand having, you know, new shingles laid over top of it. I think some of the other things that we were talking about, because we're fighting for this facet right here, the chimney flashing right here. Anything that needs to be counter flashed runs right into this facet, as well as this cricket. Now I know how hard this is to see from pictures, but I thought a video might do you justice on all this. I mean, this claim is going on a lot longer than we would like. It's a lot longer than the homeowner would like. But this exposure right in here to the attic has high priority for squirrels, raccoons, anything with 4 legs that needs to find some warmth coming into the colder months. Now I'm gonna move this ladder around once we get down to try to get some better shots inside here, because I've seen it. When I was up here, I saw plywood right underneath, fascia board missing, framing issues that need to be nullified. Throw this ladder down into an A and get on up there. That's how big the exposure is. Some of the things we were talking about before. This is fascia wood. That on the other side right here, fascia wood. This is a fascia capping. This aluminum right here. This is the drip edge. I just noticed this. This is an edge vent as well. Right here. That is an edge vent. Some of this up. This is the ply on the end, or the ridge vent on the end. Not ridge vent, sorry, edge vent on the edge of the roof. That is completely torched by the tray. And if we start looking underneath, that is the plywood that is now cracked. It needs to be replaced. We're gonna write an estimate up, send it along with this video. Hopefully we can have a conversation, not just an email chain, because the things that need to be restored on this home definitely cannot be done by email. Thank you.